The sun was slowly setting over the South China Sea, painting the sky in streaks of crimson. A heavy silence fell over the waters, not a calm, peaceful silence, but one thick with tension and fear. The faces of the fishermen were taut, and every eye was fixed on the horizon. They knew that at any moment, ships with black flags could appear, and behind those ships was a name, Ching Shih. She had once been an ordinary girl, born in a narrow alley in China in 1775. She had neither wealth, protection, nor dreams she could call her own. Poverty acquainted her early with the harsh truths of life. Over time, her circumstances forced her to work at a brothel, where each day was a test, each moment a battle. Yet in her eyes burned a strange light, as if she knew her destiny would never be ordinary. One day, her life took an unexpected turn. A powerful pirate leader, Jiang Yi, entered her life. He was captivated not only by her beauty, but also by her intelligence and unyielding spirit. They married, and in that moment, her fate turned toward the sea. At first, she remained quietly by her husband's side, observing, learning, and understanding. She knew that true power did not come from swords or ships alone, but from mind, discipline, and strategy. Then, in 1807, a moment came that changed everything. Jiang Yi suddenly died. His enemies celebrated, and his crew feared the future. They assumed the fleet would collapse without him, but they had underestimated the woman who now stepped forward. Ching Shih took command. History held its breath. A woman stood before thousands of fierce men, yet there was no tremor in her voice, no fear in her eyes. She gave orders, and they were obeyed. She organized the fleet like never before. Hundreds of ships and roughly 80,000 men served under her command. Strict rules were enforced. Disobedience meant death. Theft meant death. In her fleet, there were only two paths: obedience or demise. Soon, her name echoed across every wave. With the Red Flag Fleet, she challenged both the Portuguese and the British East India Company. In 1809, she confronted the Portuguese Navy, whose ships were armed with modern weaponry. But Ching Shih's guerrilla tactics, her fleet's speed, and her encirclement strategies inflicted heavy damage, forcing the enemy to retreat. British trading vessels also fell prey to her attacks, forcing them to reroute or increase their defenses. Her greatest achievement was that she survived, maintained her fleet, and retired on her own terms, a feat no pirate of her era had ever accomplished. The Chinese government, realizing victory through war was impossible, offered negotiations. Ching Shih accepted, but only on her terms. Her men would receive amnesty, her wealth would remain intact, and she herself would live out her life with honor. She left the seas victorious. The same woman whose name once made oceans tremble now lived quietly, yet the depth in her eyes remained, as if the sea still lived within her. In 1844, at the age of 68, she took her final breath. The sea remained silent, but her story did not end. For some names never fade with time, and Ching Shih is one of them. A woman who conquered not just the seas, but history itself.